I'm looking at the other parts of your socials, and you mentioned Barstool. You get mixed in with Theo Vaughn and Caleb Pressley, and I'm seeing Glenny Balls, and like you guys are doing this. The biggest thing I saw was you guys going to the Tennessee game and dumping Gatorade on the coach, like you mentioned earlier. So how'd you get wrapped in with these guys? I know Nashville is a good town to be in.
So then it comes, Glenny's coming to Nashville, hits me up. Like, I take him to the Titans game with me. And then Theo's in the box of that Titans game. I didn't know Theo Vaughn at the time. This is about 2 years ago. And Glenny runs up to him. He's like, hey, Theo. I had no clue who the guy was. But I was like,
Theo's
what's up, man?
Gone 0 to 100 real quick.
I think he was a big comedian at the time. I didn't know who he was or whatever. And we all take a picture together. And people are like, oh, you're with Theo and and Glenny Balls. And I'm like, yeah, like just met this Theo guy. Just met Glenny Balls, whatever. Or knew Glenny Balls. He's a friend of mine. And fast forward, Raising Cane's does something for the Super Bowl. Shout out to my buddy Cam Fordham, who is a big part of helping Raising Cane's and their branding and their marketing and other top-notch brands. Cam Fordham's a big baller, but is a good buddy of mine, takes me under his wing, end up getting to go to the Super Bowl, and Theo is back there at the Super Bowl. Well, I met him in the Titans suite earlier, like a year ago or whatever.
Right.
And so I'm looking for people to like talk to in this group at this like pre-party for the Super Bowl. And there's Nelly in there. There's Murder Beats. There's Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of the Paul brothers, whatever. There's Michael Thomas. There's all these people in there. And I don't know any of these guys. And I'm very friendly. But like I see Theo over there, and it's easy for me to go up and talk to him because look, in a room where we don't know a lot of people, we've met.
Right.
So I go up to him and we're talking. And that whole time, he's just a very genuine guy. Like Theo Vaughn is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And we're talking about pickleball. We're talking about this other kind of stuff. Flash forward, then we end up playing pickleball in Nashville. And the guy's trying to serve it like a tennis serve. And it's with my buddy Cam and some other friends. And so we became friends over time. Just like had a good relationship. There's not like there's anything I need from Theo, not like there's anything he really needs from me. So it's just it's cool because it can be a relationship where in a world where people really want to use people, neither of us needed anything from each other.
Yeah.
So we became buddies. And then we decided, like, we were texting her one time in this last year, yeah. He was like, let's go to this he thought it was the LSU something game, Tennessee game. I'm like, dude, they're not playing this weekend. And it turns out he thought he had tickets or something. Long story short, we find a way we're going to this Tennessee Florida game. So we're driving down there, me and Theo in the car. We take my Tahoe. On the way, it was hysterical because we went into a Buc-ee's, and Theo was just a friend of mine, so I didn't think, I don't consume a ton of media, so I don't know that he's like this icon that people love and everything like that. And we get to Buc-ee's, and it was like Rat King, Theo. People are bombarding the guy. I'm like, holy shit. What's going on here? Yeah. Like, Theo, you're known by everybody. This is wild. I was kind of shocked. I was like, holy cow, like all these people know you. We go to the game and we're down on the sidelines. Josh Dobbs is a huge part of that, hooking us up, getting us down there and everything. And a buddy of his, Alan Cheney, who works with him and stuff, helped out a lot as well. And so it's me, Caleb, and Theo. We went to the Barstool show. Theo made a little bit of appearance. I said hey to Caleb because I already knew him. And then some of my buddies work with Bussin' the Boys. They're in the production side, saying hey to them. And then we get in a golf cart, and I'm just kind of like, I didn't know what was going to conspire from this game day. No clue. And we get in a golf cart, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like, we're going on a golf cart to the stadium. We're just driving through on this golf cart to the freaking stadium, like prime treatment. We get out, and we go just right through the tunnel, and we're on the field for pregame. We're on the freaking field. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is still crazy. It's awesome. I'm like, dang. Like, and I've been in some of those environments before, but it's still just an incredible experience. I've never been to a game as like a fan that like after really playing football, and I'm here on the sidelines of this game. And it's Tennessee, Florida. I had a buddy, Brandon Turnage, who was playing at Tennessee. So I was like, he's like, Mac, he's like getting his warm up. He gets the catch. He's playing DB. He's like, Mac, what are you doing here? He comes up and gives me a big hug. He's like, what the heck? Like, what are you doing down here on the sideline? Like, because I played at Alabama with him. He transferred. And he's like, what the hell? So long story short, we go back into the box. My buddy Jack Jones, who played at Tennessee, was a great lineman there. Ends up telling we met that day. So we're getting tight. Like this new guy, Jack Jones. I don't even know who he is, but he's friendly. So like we're just like talking. Our whole little group, and I leave Caleb and Theo and everyone else up at the box, and I go, Jack's like, let's go down to the field. So we're down on the field during the game, hanging out, me and Jack, just like down at the game. And I'm thinking this is wild because at Alabama, they hardly let anyone down on the sideline during
Right.
the game. You have to be an NFL guy, whatever. So then Jack and I go back up. We're having a great time. I'm like, Jack, man, like you don't even know me, and you're just taking me down here, like on the sideline. You're giving me this incredible experience. This is pretty awesome. And we're like, Theo and Caleb, like, you guys got to come down. Like, what are y'all doing up here? We can go down and stand on the sidelines. And they're like, really? And we're like, yeah. They're like, hell yeah. And Caleb Pressley is a huge Tennessee fan. So we go back down on the sideline, and we're sitting there. We're all next to the team. And it gets crazy because we're standing so close to the team. And then Theo talks about it on his podcast, but it was like they're on the team. Like here's the team. Here's Theo, Caleb, me, Jack Jones. Like all right next to the team. Like literally, we're shaking hands.
Right.
Guys start noticing Theo and Caleb during the mid-game. This is the Tennessee-Florida game. It's a big
freaking
game. Deal. And they're talking. Again, I'm thinking all Alabama here. So I'm like, this would not be allowed.
Right.
at
Hell
Alabama.
no.
So a security guy comes over and we're like, oh God, what's he going to tell us? He's like, all right, you guys got to move in closer. He pushes us in closer to the players. And the players are taking pictures with Caleb and Theo mid-game, like getting like people in the stand. It was wild. I'm like, what? My mind is blown. I'm like, what is going on? This is not real. So we're all talking, and it looks like Tennessee's going to win the game. And Caleb's like, we should ice bath the coach to Theo. And Theo's like, he's like, I don't know, man. And Theo starts asking me about it. He's like, should we do this? And I'm like, if this is Alabama, I don't know if y'all are ever getting able to come back to the stadium ever again.
No.
That's what I was thinking. So yeah. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, but then like it came to me and I'm like, okay, wait, like what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, they win the game. Yeah. There's so many people doing their job. What's the worst that can happen? So I end up telling him, I'm like, yeah, do it. So Caleb's like, we're doing this thing. He's like, Mac, will you film it? And I'm like, sure, I'll film it. And I'm kind of like, am I going to get in trouble for filming it? I don't even know, but this is awesome. We're just doing this shit. And that's like I love experiences, like even being out here right now. I love experiences that are so random. Like, so like,
Fresno,
just
California.
Just do it, you know?
Go, don't think, act. Yes.
That's where my mind was. I was like, all right, we're doing this. I have the phone in my hand. I follow them. They go to one thing and they grab the wrong bucket. It's like they're grabbing the Gatorade thing or something, and someone's yelling at them. We're like, oh no, it's done. The operation is blown. And he's like, no, the right jug is over here. So these guys give them the right jug. So they pick up this jug and they're running around, and I'm following them with the camera. And there's a hysterical video. You can see me. I'm in a black shirt. I'm just like I'm locked in. I'm like running around, filming them, going back and forth, dodging like players and stuff, going around, following their every move, and they go back and they dump it on the head coach. There it is, video, boom. Doesn't stop there. We all run with the players to like the section. Caleb is holding up the jug in front of the student section like this, like going up and down with it. We're yelling. Theo's yelling. Like I'm yelling. I'm an Alabama guy. Like what am I doing here? I don't even know what I'm doing here, but I'm just yelling. I'm not even yelling, go Tennessee. I'm just, like what's going on? Like just pumped up, like going crazy. We're running. I feel like I've won the Super Bowl or something. The adrenaline is pumping. We go back in there. I get the video to Caleb and Theo. They post it up, and it just goes absolutely viral. It's history. That was it. And then after the game, we went out for a little bit, just hung around Tennessee, went to some bars, and then ended up driving back that night. But it was a lot. Like it was an incredible experience.
It's a big day.
Unbelievable day.
Anyway, dude, so we start looking for the coach, and I guess like we just went the wrong way, and then there he is, man. And you could tell he's excited, right? You could feel the energy coming off him. People are cheering, we're cheering. And we just baptized him, baby.